Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the day has finally come. The star power I've been desperately awaiting for Buzz, my favorite of the two, is here. Today we're going to be getting it in our possession, going over which star power I think is the better of the two. And guys, I'm already going to say it at the beginning of the video. I think it is most definitely a broken star power. That's for sure. So hopefully you're all pumped up. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go. So everybody, we are beginning today's video off over here on the main account where we have yet to pick up this star power and get it in our possession. And the main question is will we get unlucky yet again and not get it for the coin offer in the shop? Guys, we've been unlucky with this. Let's check it out. Let's go, guys. The Brawl Stars gods are looking down upon us. Let's go. It's been a while. I always get so dang frustrated when I have to purchase a star power for gems on the very first day because your boy has a lot of coins and we need to utilize these things, man. But here it is, the second star power for Buzz, Eyes Sharp. Buzz's supercharge area is increased by 33%, and can I just say the star power art is beautiful, swagalicious. My boy Ben Tim 1 would appreciate this thing. So if we don't know what the first star power does in comparison with the second one, it is called a Tougher Torpedo. The minimum duration of Buzz's super stun is increased by 0.5 seconds. Not a bad star power, but I am a little bit biased. I love the second star power, and that is Sharp Eyes. Like I said before, Buzz's supercharge area is increased by 33%. Guys, that supercharge area is so dang important in a lot of different ways. Now, whenever it comes to these new star power videos, I love giving my 2 cents or my initial impressions before we hop into actual gameplay to get a feel for it up against real people, but I am a huge fan of this second star power. It was most definitely my go-to when I was testing Buzz out in dev build. I just feel like being able to get your super more times during a match is much more important than just a longer stun duration. Buzz already has a good amount of DPS where he doesn't need a huge stun to do the job, right? So before we hop into this gameplay, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a perspective on the range increase. So this is base Buzz or first star power Buzz with his radius to charge the super, right? But then with the second star power, 33% radius increase is definitely noticeable. It almost takes up the entire training cave width-wise. It's crazy, guys. It does a lot in game. So everyone, queuing up into our very first game to get some data here in actual games against real people, not bots in dev build. And admittedly, I'm not crazy high in trophies over here on the main account. I've been basically neglecting this bad boy and playing a lot on my cursed accounts trying to push up their milestones, but we should be able to get this Buzz. He's not maxed. Come on! Come on! Let's go! Thank goodness they're a little bit lower. But after that stressful little interaction against 3 people, there's a bunch of other things that I find this star power useful wise other than just charging up your super, right? In game modes like Showdown, where there's a lot of bushes on the map, it gives you more time to react if there's people within your super radius that you can't physically see, as well as bush checking, right? Whereas if you were using the first star power, I wouldn't be able to check that bush that is right there to my top half, right? You'd have to get a little bit closer, risking your life in Showdown. So it's not just super regeneration, which is already great in and of itself, which we'll be talking a little bit more once we get to 3v3 game modes. So here we go. What's up, Edgar? Using that to get away, buddy. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this works. Let's try and figure this out here. We're not super high in trophies, so we have no excuse. We have to take first place each and every game. So we just keep our distance here. We get our super, and we're good to go. We're good to go, baby. Look at that. We are too low in trophies over here. What have I been doing on my main account? Guys, our priorities are in set. They're on the cursed accounts right now. But getting into our next game here of Brawl Ball, and one thing that I do want to bring up that I really enjoy about this star power that was definitely apparent when I was testing it out in dev build was the interactions up against other Buzzes. Buzz is one of the best brawlers in the meta, that's for dang sure, and I feel like when using this star power, it is much easier to win the interactions up against other Buzzes who use the first star power or who aren't maxed at the moment. It is much easier being able to charge up that super and just getting your super off before them and beating them, right? So he's good up against Buzzes. It's the Buzz killer, this star power, that's for dang sure. Also, can we just appreciate how big this super radius is in a 3v3 game mode? We take up more than half of the freaking arena width-wise. So it's much easier to get more than one person in your super radius, so you can charge it up that much quicker. There's just so much benefits when it comes to this star power where One, you find yourself getting your super like 5 to 6 different times during the match, and just a ton of other really useful things, but we're having a little bit of a hard time here up against this team. Let's stun them both. Get on my face. We're too low in trophies to have this hard of a time. But here we go, you guys. Let's try and wrap this bad boy up. And if you don't know the mechanics of Buzz quite yet, the more people you have in your super radius, the faster your super is going to regenerate, making it so much easier. So much easier to get multiple supers during a game. And we know this Colonel Ruffs is close to us. Dang it, I tried to trick him out a little bit. We ain't that scrappy. We ain't scrappy enough for that business. So we've been talking a lot during this match, and my goodness, I haven't been counting, but we got our super a ton during that game. I love this star power. So getting into our next match here, heading into a game of gem grab, and I think this is the perfect example of how useful it can be just to have more radius around your super to see if people are bush camping, right? So we know there's bulls within our radius already. It's just very, very useful. I love it. I love it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We got an amber on us. And now we can just be a little bit more passive. There's another thing. I feel like with this radius, being able to get your super much more often, you would think it would be very, very good for an aggro player, which I feel like aggressive players with Buzz could most definitely utilize in their way of being aggressive. But I also find it really useful for passive players too. I can just do my thing. I can wait for my super to charge up, bush camp and showdown, stuff like that, and just wait for it and try to make a good play with the super. I think all around it's just a better star power for passive, aggressive, bush checking, charging up your super multiple times, giving you a better shot to make a play. You don't feel as bad if you miss one because you can just get a super very, very quickly. Again. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can wrap this bad boy up. We're close to getting our super again. Let's get in close to these guys. Okay, I'm just going to be the gem carrier here from now on. I'm just going to guard this mine. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Does Bull have super? We won't let them come close. Okay, he's more enticed with going for us. Let's go. Thank goodness we're low on trophies. This turned into a really crazy game mode. Belle, you going to play? Let's go, you guys. Oh, thank goodness. That was a crazy match. We've gotten our supers so many times during this game. Let's freaking go. Holy man. Yeah, this star power just feels way, way better. Who needs a little bit of a longer stun when you stun them for long enough to kill basically almost everyone? I think the only person who we can't get away with killing with the stun duration on the second star power is that Bull. But yeah, guys, I think we have enough things to go off of here in today's video. I think my mind is already made up with the gameplay as well as my perspective beforehand on this star power. I think in a big way, the second star power is better. Of course, there may be a few brawlers where you can't utilize that stun on in the best way compared to the first star power, like your tankier units or your very fast killing brawlers like a Shelly with a super, but for the majority of brawlers, you have a long enough stun with the DPS coming from Buzz to take them out super, super quick. And on top of that, there are so many more benefits to having a larger radius, being able to charge up your super quicker with having multiple people during your game. As you guys saw in that Brawl Ball match, we basically covered up width-wise almost the entire map of Brawl Ball, so you can expect getting like 2 people in your radius a lot of the time, super frequent. Being able to bush check in showdown much more comfortably, being able to win Buzz 1v1s much more easily, identifying people in the bushes when it's a bush heavy map quicker. There's just so many benefits, whereas opposed to this star power, you just have one benefit. You have a longer stun. So you guys, I'm going to be saying Eye Sharp is most definitely the better of the 2 star powers, and I'm going to give it the label certified broken, seeing that Buzz is technically broken in the game right now, and giving him a star power that can give him so much more capability here in the game, I think makes him that much more broken, and just the star power alone is broken. But yeah, everyone, be sure to let me know what you guys are thinking about the star powers in the comments down below. I think this one is pretty dang clear cut. I'm very confident about my decision here on this star power, but of course, if you guys like the first star power, be sure to let me know your reasoning in the comments. I would love to hear about it. But yeah, everyone, I think that's a good wrap up point here in today's video. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the new info. I always enjoy having new things coming to the game. It gives it a nice spark, a nice fresh feeling, even if it is just a the star power, that's for sure. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to slap a like on it. I'd really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Adios, everybody.